Are all Africans black? Well, the answer is no. In Africa, there are countries like Algeria, Morocco, and Libya where fair-skinned people live and are native. Interestingly, this means that there can be black people who can be non-Africans. Bougainvillians are such people who are natives of Bougainville Island in Papua New Guinea. This means they are not Africans, yet they have dark skin, much like Africans, but have blonde hair, a rarity seen nowhere else. Their facial features are like Africans, yet their ancestry lies in the distant and far-flung island. So, who are these people? Where do they live, and what's their history and culture? How do they have dark skin, yet they are not from Africa? Welcome to a new episode of Black Afric Diary, a channel where we talk about Black African history, culture, arts, and civilization. It's a place where you will see the real picture of Black Africa, its stories, and the events defining it. In this episode, we will tell you about Bougainvillians, the dark-skinned blonde people a few people know about. Let's get started. Bougainville is an autonomous region in Papua New Guinea, situated in the South Pacific Ocean. The region is part of the Solomon Islands archipelago and consists of the main island of Bougainville, Buka Island, and several smaller surrounding islands. Bougainville is located about 1,000 kilometers east of mainland Papua New Guinea and close to the Solomon Islands, with which it shares strong cultural and historical ties. The region spans approximately 9,300 square kilometers, making it the largest of the Solomon Islands archipelago. Bougainville's terrain is rugged and mountainous, dominated by two active volcanoes, Mount Balbi and Mount Bagana. The fertile land and tropical climate support rich biodiversity, and the islands are covered in lush rainforests with numerous rivers and coastal ecosystems providing sustenance for its inhabitants. It's on this island where Bougainvillians live. Evidence suggests that the ancestors of the Bougainvillians arrived on the island over 30,000 years ago, during a period of migration by Austronesian peoples across the Pacific. These early settlers established communities based on fishing, farming, and hunting. The people developed strong cultural ties to the sea and the land, which continue to shape their way of life today. For the most part of history, Bougainville remained isolated, where people preserved their way of life and culture. However, the outer world encountered it when Europeans in 1768 arrived on the island. French explorer Louis-Antoine de Bougainville sighted the island and gave it his name. However, European colonization did not significantly impact the region until the late 19th century, when Germany claimed Bougainville as part of its New Guinea territories in 1884. During this period, German missionaries and traders began to interact with the local population, bringing Christianity and foreign goods to the islands. Following World War I, Bougainville was transferred to Australian control under a League of Nations mandate. During this time, the island became increasingly integrated into global trade networks, and large-scale plantations were established to cultivate crops like copra and cocoa. However, the local population was often marginalized and forced into labor on these plantations. World War II had a profound effect on Bougainville when the island became a major battleground between Allied forces, primarily the United States, and Japanese troops. Bougainville's strategic location made it a key site on the Pacific side of the war. Many Bougainvillians were displaced or caught up in the conflict, which left deep scars on the island. Following the war, Bougainville became part of the newly independent state of Papua New Guinea in 1975. However, many Bougainvillians felt a strong cultural and political distinction from mainland Papua New Guinea and resented the central government's control over their resources, particularly the Panguna copper mine, which was one of the largest in the world. However, the most interesting part of Bougainville is its people. Bougainvillians are ethnically distinct from the people of mainland Papua New Guinea and the broader Pacific region. They are primarily of Austronesian and Papuan descent, having migrated to the island tens of thousands of years ago. Despite being geographically close to the Solomon Islands and Papua New Guinea, Bougainvillians have maintained a distinct cultural and genetic identity. One of the most striking features of Bougainvillians is their dark skin, which is often described as being among the darkest in the world. However, what makes them particularly unique is the relatively high occurrence of natural blonde hair among some members of the population, especially in children. This trait, known as Melanesian blonde, is believed to be the result of a distinct genetic mutation found only in this part of the world. Unlike blonde hair in populations of European descent, which is linked to a different gene, the blonde hair in Bougainville is caused by a mutation in the TYRP1 gene. This mutation is specific to Melanesian people, including Bougainvillians, and occurs independently of European ancestry. Before we continue further, tell us, are you enjoying the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black Africa. Let's continue now. But how do Bougainvillians live? The social organization of Bougainville is largely based on clans and extended families, which form the backbone of the community. These clans are fundamental units of social life, and most importantly, they follow a matrilineal inheritance system. This means that land, property, and certain rights are passed down through the female line. This system of inheritance gives women a pivotal role in the social and economic life of Bougainvillian society, positioning them as key figures in decision-making and community governance. Women are often regarded as the custodians of the land, which enhances their influence and respect within the clan structure. Each clan has its own distinct identity, status, and specific responsibilities within the larger community. The clan structure also determines territorial boundaries, social roles, and communal obligations. In this system, clan membership dictates an individual's social status and rights, such as the right to farm certain lands, participate in ceremonies, and settle disputes. Clans play an important role in maintaining social order, with leaders from each clan helping to resolve conflicts, plan festivals, and organize collective work. The extended family system means that multiple generations of a family live together or near each other. This structure promotes a strong sense of community, where family responsibilities are shared and children are often raised collectively by their parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles. This extended family model ensures that cultural values and traditions are passed down through generations, strengthening the bonds between members. As for language, Bougainville is a linguistically diverse region, with over 20 distinct languages spoken by its people. These languages belong to two main language families, Austronesian and Papuan. The diversity of languages reflects the complex history of migration and settlement in the region, as people from various parts of the Pacific and Melanesia settled in Bougainville over thousands of years. Language is not just a tool for communication, but also a marker of identity, with different clans and villages often speaking their own dialects or languages. In addition to their native languages, many Bougainvillians speak Tokpisin, a Creole language widely used in Papua New Guinea, as well as English, which is the official language of the government. Tokpisin serves as a lingua franca, allowing people from different linguistic backgrounds to communicate more easily across the region. As for art and craftsmanship, they are deeply embedded in Bougainvillian culture. Traditional forms of art include wood carving, weaving, and tattooing, each of which serves as an important form of cultural expression. Wood carving is commonly used to create ceremonial masks, figures, and tools that often have symbolic meaning in rituals and ceremonies. Weaving, typically done by women, is used to create baskets, mats, and clothing, which play a role in daily life and ceremonial exchanges. Music and dance hold central positions in Bougainvillian cultural expression. Traditional songs and dances are performed during major life events such as weddings, funerals, harvest celebrations, and other important ceremonies. Each community has its own distinct musical traditions, with songs and dances passed down through generations. These performances are not just for entertainment, but are also spiritual practices that honor ancestors and the natural world. Traditional instruments used in Bougainville include bamboo flutes, slit gongs, and drums. These instruments create songs and dances, adding rhythm and depth to the performances. Bamboo flutes, for example, are often used in ceremonies to signal the presence of spirits or mark important transitions during rituals. One of the most iconic dances in Bougainville is the Bouin dance, which features complex body movements performed in unison. The dance is often performed during festivals and special occasions, and its complex choreography reflects the skill and precision of the dancers. The dance holds spiritual significance as well, as it is believed to connect the participants to their ancestors and the land. As for religion, before the arrival of Christian missionaries, Bougainvillians practiced animism, a belief system in which spirits were thought to inhabit natural elements such as trees, rivers, and mountains. These spirits were revered and feared, and many rituals were conducted to maintain harmony between humans and the spiritual world. Rituals were essential to ensuring prosperity, health, and protection for the community. Offerings were made to the spirits to ask for blessings or to appease them in times of need. With the arrival of Christianity in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, many Bougainvillians converted to the Christian faith, particularly Roman Catholicism. Today, Christianity is the dominant religion in Bougainville, and churches play a significant role in daily life and community activities. However, many traditional beliefs and practices remain knotted with Christianity. As for marriage, in Bougainville, it is not just a union between two individuals, but also a crucial alliance between families and clans. Marriages are often arranged by families to strengthen bonds between clans and ensure social cohesion. The arrangement of marriage involves the payment of the bride price, a traditional practice where the groom's family compensates the bride's family for the loss of her labor and presence. The bride price often consists of valuable items such as pigs, shell money, and crops, depending on what resources are available in the community. The practice is an important way of showing respect and maintaining balance between the families. In many cases, marriage customs are highly ceremonial, with elaborate celebrations that bring together entire communities. These ceremonies often involve feasting, music, and dance, and serve as opportunities for reaffirming social ties. Elders in the family and the clan hold a respected position and play an essential role in teaching younger generations about customs, traditions, and oral history. Elders often act as mediators in disputes and guide the community through significant decisions, drawing on their wisdom and experience. What do you think? Should Bougainvillians be called Africans because they migrated from Africa thousands of years ago? Do you see any similarity between Africans and Bougainvillians? In the comment section right below, share your thoughts about their culture and history, and whether you would like to visit the autonomous island of Bougainville, where Bougainvillians live. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We bring videos on Black Africa, its history, rich arts and culture, and things the world should know about. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.